welcome back to my channel. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Anyways, so I'm going to be using the Pat McGRATH Celestial Divinity palette. This was sent to me by Influenster. I am so surprised that it got here so fast because when I saw the email, I was pretty surprised that I was even getting this at all. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions and tell you what I think about the formula. One of the shades did come shattered, unfortunately, but we're gonna play around with it and see what happens. So let's get started. So first I'm going to prime my skin with the Laura Mercier foundation primer. This is just like the original one. It's not the hydrating one or illuminating one, anything like that. It is a gel consistency, so it doesn't really blur the pores or anything, but it just creates like a nice like smooth canvas, and it has a little bit of like that tackiness to it to really like grip your foundation. And then for foundation, I'm gonna go in with this Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation. I haven't worn this in a while. This is their old packaging. Gonna put some on the back of my hand, and this is in the shade Chios SF6. And then I'm also going to mix in a little bit of their illuminating let's see, what is it called, Liquid Light Serum Highlighter. This is a little deluxe sample I got from Sephora. It's really pretty, like liquid highlighter. I think I put a little bit too much in there. Just gonna mix that. This is like a, I'd say like a good medium coverage foundation. I believe they are slowly expanding their range to be more inclusive, which is great. I think they're pretty like small companies, so hopefully they're able to get some more shades out soon. So I'd say, yeah, this is a good like light to medium coverage depending on how much you use. And then I did put the liquid highlighter in it, so that kind of sheared it out, I want to say. But it looks nice. All right, and then for my concealer, I'm going to try this Essence High Beauty Under Eye Brightening Concealer. This is in the shade Peach Beige. I did swatch this yesterday, and it's really like it's really light to be like a concealer. For me, it's kind of like a corrector, so that's what, well, for me, I feel like it's a corrector, so I'm just gonna do that. And then it's also really like moisturizing, I think, because it has the hemp seed oil in it, which is good because I have dry under eyes, so anything that is moisturizing definitely helps. I mean, maybe I can get away with it being a concealer, but it doesn't have a lot of coverage, so I'm going to go in with something over top. Let's see, so let's go in with the Armani Power Fabric Concealer in the shade 5.5, I think. No, this is 6. The formula of this concealer is really nice. It's really creamy, really lightweight. It's not thick or anything like that. All right. So I already did prime my eyes with the Smashbox Photo Finish, is that what it's called? Yeah, Photo Finish Shadow Primer. I'm almost done with it. I really, really like this primer. Definitely prefer it over the Urban Decay Primer Potion that I've been using. I've kept using it because it's really all I have, and I really don't like it that much. So once this is out, I definitely need to get a new primer. All right, so let's begin with the eyes. So first, I want to show you guys that it has like these little, it's kind of hard to show. It has like these little pieces of like fabric right here. So it like stays open. You can't like really fold it back because then you'll rip it, which is kind of cute. I mean, if it's sitting on your vanity when you're getting ready, it's gonna sit like this. So there's only 3 mattes in this palette, so I might need to pull something else out to transition or something like that. But I do want to set my eyes first. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this shade right here. I think it is called, gosh, this is all backwards. Oh my gosh, is this Violet Void? No, wait, Lunar Champagne? I'm not even sure. It's this pink matte shade, the only pink matte shade in the palette. So I'm just gonna kind of throw this on here just to lay down some shadow as a base so that the shadows over top don't like skip. So you can see that it's fairly light. When you take off, I'm going to take off this plastic. There we go. So it's fairly light. And I'm using like a fluffy brush, so maybe if I use like a more like denser brush, I could pack on the shade, but I just really want to get something in the crease. But it feels soft. There's not a lot of kick up. But it definitely does need to be built up, which is not a bad thing. Because I guess it'd be worse if you had a really pigmented shadow and then you are stuck blending and blending until you get rid of those harsh lines rather than being able to build it up. So it is building up nicely. You can see the pink coming through. Okay, so now I am dying to go in with this shade right here. This is called Corruption. Yeah, so Corruption. So I used Venetian Orchid. I think that's the matte that I used, this one. So I'm just going to use my finger. I think this is the shade I wanted to use. Yeah, it is. So let me try and do a quick swatch for you guys. So that's what it looks like. Super pretty. It's like a, almost like a red copper bronze. So I'm just gonna put this all over the lid. Super pretty. It's a really pretty shade. Okay, so let me actually, so this is a Sonia G brush. This is the Worker 1, is it? Yeah, Worker 1. Wow, this shade is really pretty. in again with this Venetian Orchid. I don't even think I'm saying that right. And just to blend out the edges. And then I also noticed there really isn't like a brow bone highlight in this palette. So you'll have to, once again, reach for another palette or use your highlighter for a brow bone highlight. And then I wanted to use, let's see, this deeper matte up here. This is called Major Mahogany, I believe. Hopefully this is all in focus when I'm filming this. So I'm just putting this on the outer V just to kind of deepen it up. So again, I don't see much like kick up with this shade either. Seems to be blending out well. So these shades are going together pretty well, so I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out a little bit. Super pretty. So far, so good. So I'm gonna go back in with Major Mahogany, that deep mahogany shade, and just put it on the lower lash line, just kind of stamp it on there. Just like that. Then I'm gonna go in with another brush. No additional product, just gonna smudge that out a little bit. All right, so we're gonna leave it at that. So the shade is so pretty. Ooh, and it kind of, is this a duochrome? Because it looks a little like reddish copper and then bronze in certain lighting. Not sure if it picks up on camera. Ooh, that's really pretty actually. Okay, well, first impressions are good so far. So let's continue on. So I'm gonna do just my bottom lashes with some mascara. This is the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I do have like lashes on already. They are from Flutter Habit. They're like DIY lash extensions. They last up to like 5 days or more, or less, depending on, you know, how well they're on there, and you know, if you're messing with them, kind of, you know, kind of a thing like that. Let's see, so I did put some brow powder on already, so I'm going to use my Morphe pencil per usual. Just fill in my brows. Okay. All right. By the way, the mirror in that palette is nice because it's nice and big. All right, so let me go ahead and set my face a little bit. What should I use? I'm gonna try this Essence High Beauty Fixing Compact Powder. It has like a slight greenish tinge to it, so we'll see how that translates on the skin. This was sent over to me by Essence. as well as the concealer. So let's get my Sonia G. This is the smooth buffer brush. So let's see. Doesn't really have a smell to it. So that seems to be pretty translucent. And it is mattifying a little bit, so that's nice. Huh. Not bad, and I think this is what, like less than 10 bucks? Very nice. Okay, now for bronzer, let's see. It's gonna well, I haven't used this in a while. Kylie Cosmetics Toasty bronzer. And then with my Morphe 527 brush. And then for blush, I'm gonna stick to something matte. Just really have the focus on the eyes, you know. So this is NARS. I'm gonna use NARS Zen, which is a very, very nude blush. This one I do have to build up, but when you build it up, it is very pretty. And this is completely matte. There's no shimmer, no sparkle in this at all. So is anyone getting stuff? I think I asked this yesterday from the Makeup by Mario line that launched today. My husband actually surprised me, and he saw that I was adding stuff to my cart, and he bought some things for me. I got the matte eyeshadow palette and then the eye primer quad in medium. Is it a quad? No, it's a little trio. So I'm super curious to see how that performs, because I never use like a cream product to prime my eyes, really. They almost look like concealers. Let's see, so highlighter. Let's see, so I'm just gonna go with my tried and true Melt Cosmetics highlighter in Stargazer. It's like a champagne gold. This is what it looks like. I love these highlighters so much. Hopefully that's picking up. They're really smooth and they give like that wet look on the face. And this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills A23, I think it's called. Yeah, A23. I haven't used this in so long. But look at that highlight, it's so pretty. Definitely one of my faves. Whenever Mel Cosmetics has like their sales, I definitely recommend you guys checking out their highlighters. They have like a bunch of different shades. Okay, so let me just add a little bit of this to my inner corner. And then a little bit to my brow bone. Okay, so for my lip, which always takes me forever to figure out what I want to do. Let me see, where is, see if I could find it. Oh, here it is. How about MAC Velvet Teddy? One of the classics. Let's see, hopefully this pairs well. This is the Pat McGrath Supernatural Lip Liner. I'm gonna go ahead and use that. This is like one of those lipsticks where when you use it, when you haven't used it in a long time and use it again, you're like fall in love with it all over again. It's such a pretty shade. So I think that about does it. Let me put some setting spray on. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Sipped. Make sure it's not stuck. So let's see. I feel like I have something in my eye. All right, well, that about does it. Once again, I need to head out the door. So first impressions of the Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity palette is pretty good. The shades that I used are really, really pretty. I'm really, really digging how it turned out. You know, just a simple, everyday, work appropriate eye look. Of course, I still need to play around with it more and see what I think, but so far so good. So yeah, so that is it for me. I hope you guys have a good day or night wherever you are, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye guys.